All right, we are live and we're recording right now. What we're going to do is first we're going to warm up and continue with plinking. Okay, we're going to practice, we're going to present, and we are going to reflect. After that, we are going to review what we did yesterday with regard to signposts and linking links. Afterwards, we are going to present. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, okay, to practice, to gather yourselves before we present. That's part of the reason why the camera is here. Because what I want to do is I want to film you guys as you present, and then this weekend, I'll cut up the presentations and then give you a copy for your reference. It's important for you guys to be able to see how exactly you are presenting. And this, right now, is what I'm doing for myself, because I actually want to see how I'm teaching you guys. All right? Finally, I'm going to bring the computers up here, and we're going to work on the e-portfolios. All right, so we're going to do a few things today, and we're basically working on all the silos. So we're going to, again, structure presentations effectively, select appropriate content. We're going to employ effective verbal and visual techniques, as well as, hopefully, improve your performance by preparation and rehearsal. We're also going to evaluate your learning progress, identify strengths and weaknesses, and finally, use language effectively. All right. Let me first take attendance. Cheryl, sing. Melody, Dixon, Windsor, and Bone, and Connie. Okay, good. All right, let's get started with our walk. The getaway car is waiting outside. So perhaps you have just robbed a bank, or you've just done something you weren't supposed to do, like cheated on a test, or broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. And now you must get away. Where is the car going to take you? Okay. Listen carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 color, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright? I guess I'm 17. The getaway car is waiting outside. Where is it taking you? Well, for me, my getaway car is taking me to Korea, because that's where I really want to go to learn Korean. It's a good place. It's away from Hong Kong. I can relax. I can eat food. I can learn the language. And it will be like paradise compared to what I'm doing right now. I really look forward to it, and it'll be a great getaway. Okay? Now this is what I want you to do. Stand up, everyone. What I want you to do is to find someone. If you are an odd number, find an even number. If you're an even number, find an odd number, and recite your answer. Okay? So find someone. If you're odd, find an even number, and let's talk. I'm 17. How about you and me, Steve? That's good stuff. It'll be a good time to focus. Oh wow, that's so exciting. Yeah. Yes, that sounds like an excellent.
Okay, group talk.
Sounds good. That's finished. That's finished. Okay. You guys finished? Okay. All right. If I can just interrupt you. All right. Now let's see how effective was your presentation, and we'll determine that by answering this question: do they remember? Now what I want you to do is to tell your partner what he said to you. So I want you to repeat what your partner presented. All right? Summarize what your partner presented. Okay? Go ahead. Did you guys remember? Okay. You guys remember? Cool. Yes. Guys and gals, now, if you're an even number, find another even number with whom to speak. If you're an odd number, find another with whom to speak. Okay? Odd. Cheryl. 15.
Can live very long. Some people more than 100 years ago. Still is the most important
And if you're done, guys, if you're done, again, repeat what your partner said. Okay.
Any other region? Okay. So he want to go to Thailand. That's all.
She's on the same car.
Okay, sure.
You live there, she works there. Alright, sounds good. Guys and gals, who here was able to remember their partner's presentation? Alright, good. Alright, so I'm assuming that in that regard it's been affecting you. Just a little. Okay.
His product of her product.
Really? But alright, let me ask you a question then, BJ. Why did you only remember a little?
No, I remember all because of the little sentences.
Ah, because he spoke so little, you can remember everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. And so maybe a concise presentation or brief one makes it easy to remember, to understand. Alright, sounds good. This is what I want you to do. Get into your groups, please. Circle your desks. And we'll do one brief review before giving you time to practice. Guys and gals, you're doing a good job. Hey, you don't have a group, right? I want you just have to watch. Okay? And then at the end of this lesson, we'll start planning for our first assessment. Okay, so before we present, let's jog our memory once again and talk about signposting and linking words. This is what we're going to do. First, I have slips of paper. On these slips of paper are categories of signposts. For example, to show attitude, to indicate movement, to sequence points, to show a contrast, and to provide an example. So on each slip of paper is a different category of signpost. What I want you guys to do is when I say go, come up here, one person, and grab one of these slips of paper. Then, on your section of the board, I want you to write as many signposts and linking words as possible. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Let's just see which group can come up with the most signposts or linking words. Alright? So, this group over here, you write your signposts and linking words on that part. Alright? You guys, write your signposts and linking words on that part. Alright, Lenny's group, you guys write your signposts and linking words over here. You guys, Hong's group, over here. Alright, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Run up here, grab a slip. Run up here, grab a slip of paper. Write as many signposts and words, linking words as possible. Let's just jog our memories right now. Okay, go!
Sẽ là đi về.
As many signposts or linking words as possible. All right, 90 seconds. Let's change the camera angle. One minute. Nice job. Yes, nonetheless. Good job, Cheryl. Nonetheless, nevertheless, 30 seconds. Wow. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pens down, guys. Good. Alright, we came up with a lot of these. Where's my green pen? Alright, nice job. Okay, now we're going to face this board over here. Yes. We're going to go from board to board. Take a look at all of these signposts. Maybe some do belong, but maybe others may not belong. Alright? Now let's take a look at this one over here first. What was your category? To show contrast. But, however, theoretically, but, nevertheless, nonetheless. On the other hand, in contrast, actually. Now, take a look over here. Do you think all of these words, linking words and signposts, do they show contrast? Says yes, yeah. Anyone else? I think you guys have done a good job of putting up some of the more popular contrasting signposts. Indeed, excellent work. I would, however, point out that actually, I think I mentioned this yesterday, but actually and in fact are used to introduce new points that you may not be aware of. Not necessarily a contrast, it's a little different. So when you think the person's going to be surprised by what you have to say, actually or in fact. Okay. So that's something to be aware of. Let's go over here. This group. What was your functional group? Okay, the sequence points. Sequence points. All right, to order them. Take a look. Firstly, secondly, finally, first of all. What is more is that. Next, after that. Jump to the next point. At the beginning, do you think all of these signify sequence? Of course, yeah, of course this group says yeah. Yeah, okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. That's a new one. Write this one down. Take this one for your notes. Save that one. All right. This group over here, what was your functional group? Okay, to convey an attitude, all right, an opinion, a perspective. Definitely. Okay, right, of course. Positively, absolutely, hopefully, surely, undoubtedly, unfortunately, luckily. Do you think all of these belong? Sure, of course. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11! Wow! All right. Ready? Last but not least, let's take a look at this group. Wow, they have a lot of them here. All right, what was your functional group?
To indicate movement to a new point.
Movement to a new point, okay? Now, there's a subtle difference between sequencing, right, ordering things, and moving, transition. Okay, this is transitioning, this is order. Okay. First of all, to start with, lastly, finally, in addition to, moving on to, first, secondly, thirdly, is it fourthly here? Move! Last but not least, moving on to, moreover, in summary, then, furthermore, to conclude, to summarize, in conclusion. Now, which ones here do mean to move? Move. Move. That does convey movement. Move. Okay. Moving on to. Okay. Anything else that you can see? Then.
Furthermore.
Furthermore. Okay. Furthermore, Moving on, something else.
Moreover.
Moreover, good. That's a good pair. Furthermore and moreover go hand in hand.
In addition to.
In addition to. Good. Last but not least. Okay. All right. You have that there as well, but it can count for both, definitely. Anything else that you see on this list that conveys movement? One point to the next. To conclude. Okay. Somewhere, okay, fine. Okay, in conclusion. Alright. Again, what I want to convey here, though, is that the difference between this and this sometimes might not be very clear. But again, the best way to think about it visually is this structures, right, your entire composition, your entire presentation. Ordering sequence. This is only about moving from one point to the next. Okay? Not the entire thing, not chopping the entire thing up, but moving from one point to the next. Alright? So, now that we have all of these, we've brainstormed all of these, now we're going to have a chance to use them. Okay? I'm going to give you 5 minutes to prepare to present. Now, remember, guys and gals, we are going to look at your signposting and linking words. We are going to also look at your choreography, your physical coherence. How do you stand? So you might want to stand up and figure out where you're going to present. You can use that board too. And then finally, think about how you're going to end. What elements are going to be. Any questions? Okay, you're doing a good job. 5 minutes. Let's have some good presentations. I'm giving you the feedback form that we're going to use to review your performances.
She will find the true direction because we think that all is something attractive, so she can have many boyfriends out. But in the future, when she gets home, she will not find the true love. about what the topic is.
Every day.
True to her boyfriend using some methods based on MSN to avoid something dangerous, avoid as we all know that we have nothing to report, there will be learn everything. We should learn. Everything should be learned if you want to get the world. It's like creation, therefore, should be we should know that no one is perfect. So we should be patient to accept the weaknesses to not always say that here is not
You're going to handle the conclusion. You are going to handle looking forward to it. You use a memorable quote. Guys and gals, can I have your attention please? Now, we're going to call each group up. Once again, you can choose where you want to present in this room. Then, the other three groups, I will assign which aspect to review for the other group. You can offer individual comments as well as comments for the entire group. At the end of this presentation session, I'm going to collect all of these. Then I'm going to cut them up, copy them, and then give you them for your reference. Alright? I'm also going to give you a copy of your presentation so you can watch yourself. There's a lot of learning in being able to see yourself present. Alright? How about you guys? You want to go first? Okay, good. I like that attitude. Now, while they're getting set, I want you guys to listen for and review their signposts and linking links. Alright? I want you guys to look at their choreography and physical coherence. Alright? And I want you guys over here to take a look, listen carefully to their summary or conclusion. Let's see how they do. And then we'll offer comments at the end. What is your group name? Sing, sing, sing. Okay, so this is sing, sing, sing group. All right. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'll let you know when you have 1 minute left. All right. So let's listen carefully and be ready to offer our comments. What did they do well in this presentation?
Go! Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever studied with a group of passive learners and feeling be passive? If your answer is yes, then we better sit down and listen to me for the following hours. Well, because I'm going to talk about the problem of child. And he's also a student studying with a lot of passive learner. And also just similar to you, if you are happy, interested, and be passive. Okay, first I'm going to talk about how to identify the passive learner. Second, I'm going to talk about the effect of the passive learner. And then I'm going to talk about what teacher can do. And finally, I'm going to talk about what child can do. Okay, let's start our presentation. And for how to identify passive learner, it's very difficult. No, it is very easy. Just remember we do and we don't. For the we do, the passive learner, they do sleeping in class, they do daydream in class, and they do keep silent in class. However, without the we do, there is 3 things they never do. The first thing is that they don't talk, they don't respond, and they don't listen, and they don't take part in discussion. Okay, let's pass our presentation to our next group name.
In this one, I would like to explain the effect of a passive learner in class. First of all, there are 3 main effects of passive learners. The first one is passive learner will probably slow the tempo of the class because they are not answering any questions made by the teacher. And secondly, passive learners will discourage the others, like for example, the teacher and also the classmates. And for the third point is that if there is passive learners in the class will probably be separated into 2 groups. One is the active learners and one is the passive learners. And these 2 groups will likely have no interaction and that will affect the class atmosphere. And so consequently, based on these 3 effects, passive learners will worsen the atmosphere of the class. And that's all for my part. I'll pass the time to Sing.
Thank you, Cheryl. I'm going to talk about what the teacher can do to deal with the class. Well, first, the teacher can build up a reward and penalty scheme for the class participation for the student. Well, if the students are still passive on the scheme, the teacher can point out some students answering questions, and then some interesting content and jokes can be added in the class to enhance the interest of the student. And class activity also is a possible solution for the situation. That's the end of my part.
Thank you, Sam. So in this, refer back to this case, what can class do to address the problem? First, he can encourage his classmates to pay attention to the teacher. Second, he can make friends with them and try to have better relationship. Third, he can set good example for others, which also which could tell them it's worth to take the lesson. In conclusion, passive learner can seriously affect the lesson. So actions should be taken to address the problems. For the teacher's side, they should encourage the class participation, like by reward and penalties and class activities. For the student side, they can encourage their classmates to become more active. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Good. That took 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Excellent. Now, are there any questions for this group?
What's Charles for?
Well, it's probably starting with a group of passive learner and feeling the passive, unhappy, and uninterested.
And let me ask a follow-up question. Did you mention this in your introduction?
Yes.
Good question. Other questions? Okay. Then let's actually provide feedback for you guys. What were you doing well? This group over here, you were listening for signposts and linking words. I was doing the same. What were some of the signposts and linking words that you heard from this group? So, for the most part, what kinds of signposts were they using? Yes, sequence points. So what do you think is perhaps one functional group that they should work on then? What's one type of signpost that they should consider using more of or less of? To show contrast. Good. For me, as I was listening, I agree. I think you did an excellent job of using sequential signposts. All right, I heard that from Hong, Cheryl, and Anna. When you were presenting, you went first, second, third, then, finally, in conclusion, etc. Excellent job. I actually heard some signposts that convey a result as well. I heard consequently and I heard so. That was good too. What I didn't hear, however, was a lot of signposts to provide an example. I think I only heard like once. So maybe that's indicative of perhaps a lack of examples. So you might want to include more signposts to provide more examples. But your sequencing was excellent. Nice work. All right. This group over here, can you describe how this group arranged itself?
Because the group will include the introduction clearly to make the audience know what they are going to present.
Good.
At first, they relate the topic to the audience.
Now, can you comment on like how they were standing? How did they position themselves physically with their bodies for this presentation? That's one thing you guys did very well. I mean, you guys were quiet and respectful, all right, allowing each other to speak, not interrupting each other. That's good. That's an excellent job. Anything else? Hands are in the front. Okay. So you guys were standing together as a team. That's good. All right. But maybe you came across as a little nervous by the look of your hands. feel nervous? Hey, for a first time, it's excellent. I'm very, very impressed. You guys, when you were talking, sounded very calm and relaxed. Okay. And finally, this group over here. How did they conclude? What elements did you hear?
Apart from outlining the problem of the passive learner, you also, in the conclusion, you also provide some suggestions to the teachers, to the students. I think it is quite good in this presentation.
So you guys did a wonderful job of, again, providing solutions. Right? Outlining the main points again, and then providing solutions. Did you guys understand their conclusion?
Yes, but they speak a little bit fast. Maybe you can slower your speed, and you more easily listen to your presentation.
Sounds good. All right. So this comes again with practice. We're going to continue to practice. We're going to slow ourselves down. We're going to be very calm, very relaxed. We're going to be pros by the end of this. Okay, good job. Nice work. How about you guys? While you're setting up, again, you can be anywhere in this room. How about you guys listen for their signposts and links. Right? You guys look at their choreography. All right? Physical coherence. That is, how do they physically arrange themselves? What are they doing? And you guys listen for their summary or conclusion. So tell me what you hear. What's the group name? BMW. Okay, this is group BMW. Okay, sounds good. Remember, 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 1 minute warning. Okay. Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to solve the problem of Harry. Harry is terrified of standing up in front of people to give a presentation. So that we will talk about 3 main problems. Firstly, we will talk about why is Harry so nervous, and secondly, we will talk about what is the effect of this nervousness on his presentation, and thirdly, we will talk about what can we do to solve the problem. So first of all, I will bring you the reason of why Harry is so nervous. Okay, the first point we think that because Harry stands in front of so many people, so he lack of confidence, so he will feel so nervous. And the second part we think that Harry maybe lacks practice before his presentation, so that he will feel nervous and he will forget every part in his presentation. So I will talk about the second part. The second problem is that the effect of this nervous on his presentation. Okay, firstly, I think his presentation will become so fast because he is nervous and he may forget all the parts in his presentation, and it will make the audience will maybe can't understand his presentation, and they will feel boring through the presentation, so that this presentation may be not effective. So next I will pass the point to the Vincent to talk about how to solve the problem to Harry.
Thank you. Okay, it's my turn. We suggest Harry 3 ways to improve his self-belief. First, we suggest him to believe in God, because the God can give him confidence, and Henry feel that there is somebody support him behind. Secondly, he can do it every day, and he stand in front of the mirror and talk to himself. He is very handsome and very cute. Then he will think that everyone thinking is handsome and cute, so he can build up his confidence. After that, he can present it many times in his home and film it and watch it after that, see what is not good to, and then he can improve his presentation. But these 3 ways cannot make him better presentation. It's not enough. There is 2 golden rules to help him to get better presentation. One, the most important golden rules is practice more and more, because practice makes perfect. So the second is rehearsal to his friend, because rehearsal many times he can do a presentation very fluently. Okay, that's all of my topic. I pass to B.
Okay, there are some lesson techniques to help you. We divided in 2 cases. The first is for his daytime, and the second is before his presentation. For his daytime, firstly, he can listen to the music, and secondly, he can do some exercise, such as play badminton and play basketball, etc. And finally, he can talk to his friends. On the other hand, before his presentation, he can talk his friends to do rehearsal. He can pray to the God, and maybe God will bless him to do a presentation. In conclusion, we think the main problems of Harry is he do not have enough practice, and he do not have enough confidence when he do the presentation. So we suggest the solution is he need to do more practice before his presentation. That's all our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, let's do questions first for this group BMW. Is there anything that you would like to ask? Okay, then let's move on to some comments that we have for you guys. First group, sing, sing, sing. Signposts and linking words. What are some of the signposts and linking words that you heard this group use? What types? Examples. Sounds like you guys used a lot of variety. Excellent. Again, you're using sequential signposts. Good job. They tend to be very, very popular around. And you are also able to provide examples, to show contrast, and to move things to a new point. Now let's talk about what types of signposts do you guys think they should use more of or less of? Did you hear a lot of that? So maybe, again, that's something for you to consider. Use the last one. Show an attitude while you're talking. Right? Include some of these signposts that convey some kind of opinion. Okay. Good. This group over here. Can you tell us how they were standing? How did they choreograph themselves, position themselves physically, their bodies?
I think the group is quite physical coherence about the context, and they have clear outline before they are presenting.
Okay, good. Alright, you guys are very, very clear in the way you're organizing the content. Can you tell me a bit about how they're standing? How do they actually position their bodies, their feet, their hands?
Therefore, they in the quite formal presentation, so they are standing in front of us and do this normally.
Good. So you thought this was a pretty normal kind of presentation style. Right. For me, again, I was watching you for this. I saw that you guys were standing, again, 3 abreast, just like this. There was no shuffling. You just stood there the entire presentation. When it was time for you to talk, one of you came forward just a bit. What I saw from the first 2 speakers was you would hold the card with one hand and then kind of gesticulate with the other hand. You would do something with one hand and hold the card with the other. There was eye contact as well. That was excellent. You were able to look at us too. You weren't reading too much. You were speaking to us. Excellent job. Benny, I was very impressed. You did not go with a card. You were hands-free, right? And you had your hands together, some mild gestures. I felt that Windsor actually had the most gestures. And it was interesting because when you were excited, you spoke even better. When you were interested in the point, you were like, wow, your hands were out there. That was good. And you switched hands too. I saw you. You were the only person to actually switch the paper. You put the paper here, you start waving with this one. Put the paper here, start using this one. That was excellent. I noticed that. All right. So, while you guys were talking, while one person was talking, you guys were standing very still, very polite. Good. All right. I did see some swaying. All right. Some fidgeting with the hands, some fidgeting with the feet. That's okay. I think we're a little nervous. This is our first time. All right. So I was very, very impressed. You guys did a good job, at least with the hands. Right, looking at us. Benny, you looked at us the most. Excellent job. Always eye contact. Okay. Let's finally move on to this group over here. What elements did you hear in the conversation?
There are some reforms and children. Before they go to the conclusion, there's some signposts.
All right. So they had the signposts, include the main points, include the solutions. Anything else? Maybe there could be room to actually add more elements in your conclusion, make it more substantial. Did you guys understand? Okay. Sounds good. Nice job. Very good. All right. How about let's take a break right now, and then we'll have the other 2 groups present. Okay, so come back at 3:40.
喂，你咪驚唔驚聽多幾個啊？翻學。
OK 啊。
即係你讀緊嗰陣時，我哋全部喺度。